combines and drifts. The city drops away in layers, streetlight rivers, silver seams, and the moon hangs like a slow command. Inside my dreams I used to feel the rising feeling, like high would make me fall. Now I let the altitude remind me I don't have to hold it all. Glass elevator move, lift me through the neon blue. Let the noise become a postcard. Let's shrink into a view. If my heart keeps changing levels, up and down, unsure, untuned, hold the bass beneath my breathing. Make it steady, make it true. Slow ascent, floor numbers glow like small prophecies, then vanish as they pass. I think about the things I carried, how they look so heavy fast, but from here they're almost weightless, just bright pixels in a grid. Maybe pain is partly distance, maybe calm is learning this, that I can watch my thoughts like traffic without stepping in their lane, that the quiet doesn't know me answers, it just gives me space again. Glass elevator move, lift me through the neon blue. Let my future be soft horizon, not a race I have to do. If I'm still afraid of ending, let it end a gentle way, like doors opening to air, like a night that knows my name. For a moment I'm suspended between ground and where I'll be, not stuck, just held in motion, like a note that's meant to breathe. And the wide paths bloom around me, warm reverb, open room. I'm not escaping what I feel, I'm just giving it the moon. Float, observe. My life in the left channel, you keep yours on the right. Not divided, just spacious, two clean signals in the night. I used to crowd every feeling, cook the meter till it bled. Now I pull the fader gently and let the air be set. The room is full of quiet home lights, small lights, low oscillation, and Your presence doesn't take from me, it's calibration. Two channels, one night, phase align in softer time. If my thoughts start rushing forward, pull them back into the rhyme. No collision, no takeover, just a clean white sound. Two hearts stand independent, but the mix feels safe now. I don't need you to fix my head. I just need the way you listen, like the bass line underneath my steps. When the world gets over bright, you dim it with a look. Not a promise, not a headline, just a hook. I learned that love can be your space. You don't have to earn a steady tone, a warmer low, and a quieter return. Two channels, one night, keep it gentle, keep it clean. If the past tries to distort us, let it fade behind the sheen. No dramatic heavy ending, no grand neon vow, just the calm of being near you and not needing more now. Some nights I confuse intensity with something true. To break, where the reverb is a shelter we can make. Two channels, one night, wide horizon in the sound. If tomorrow turns demanding, I'll remember what I found. Not a rush, not a rescue, just a frequency that's kind. Two lives still separate, but perfectly aligned. If I'd alive. I stared at our old hallway light, too long to be brave. Now every time I close my eyes, your color stays. Not a memory I can touch, more like a glow that won't behave. A quiet ghost on the inside of my face. I wrote 100 little letters in the margins of my days. Never send them, never burn them, just let them rearrange. Ink turning into atmosphere, words learning how to float. I keep them like a low tide secret in my throat. After image letters, soft lit on the back of my mind. I don't chase you through the city, I let the echoes take their time. If love is light that lingers, let it linger without pain. White paths, deep waves, slow breathing, teaching me to fade. Oh, could I drop some info? like a thin electric lace. Street signs blur to watercolor that melt into space. I used to turn the past to knives, make every silence me. Now I let it be a shadow moving on my screen. I'm learning that a heart can't miss without reopening the wound. That letting go can sound like music in a quiet room. The bass line keeps a steady hand, the synths are soft and true. And for a moment I'm not broken, I'm just blue. After image letters, soft lit on the back of my mind. I don't need you to return now, I just need peace to arrive. If I catch your name in traffic, I won't clutch it like a chain. I'll let it pass through gentle reverb, and I'll still remain. Ooh, and I'll still remain. Some lights don't shut off instantly, they dim in their own way. So I give my feelings room to lower, to obey, not erase. Just tempered, not gone, just less loud, like a color leaving slowly through a cloud. Just proof I used to care. And if the glow returns tomorrow, I'll meet it like the rain. White sound, warm, low, and slow breathing, teaching me to fade. Ooh, teaching me to fade. After image, hold and fade. I keep an ocean in a glass, held up to the city glow. Tiny waves of dark and silver, moving slow, moving slow. It's beautiful and it's dangerous, how it shimmers when I breathe. Like my feelings learned a new shape I can't completely keep. I used to clamp my heart in silence, pretend it never swelled. Now I watch it rise in moonlight, and I let it be a cell. Ocean glass, don't break, just sing. Let the tide inside my chest do its gentle, restless thing. If love is water, let it soften, not flood, not disappear. Wide, deep blues, long weaver holding me right here. Ocean glass, hold me, hold me. Street lights scatter on the surface, little constellations in the deep. I touch the rim with careful fingers, like a promise I can keep. Some nights the world feels too loud, but the water takes the sound, turns it into underwater quiet, where my thoughts slow down. I don't need to seal my sorrow, I don't need to name my fear. I just need a softer container, so my heart can stay near. Ocean glass, don't break, just sing. If the past comes like a wave again, let it pass through everything. stay bright, stay near. Let the night be weightless water, clean and clear. If tomorrow brings a heart attack, I'll remember what I chose. Wide air, deep blows, long reverb and slow. And slow. And slow. Softly. I used to think the future had to shine, heart bright like glass, now I want it like a shoreline, a gentle line I don't have to pass. The sky is bruised in tender colors, violet, gray and pale gold, and my heart is learning patience instead of control. I let the night be imperfect, let the quiet stay unsolved. Not everything needs a verdict to feel involved. Soft horizon, keep your distance kind. Let my hope be low and steady, not a climb. If my thoughts keep asking when, tell me now is enough. Wide paths, warm lows, full motion, holding me tonight. Soft horizon, stay open. Soft horizon, stay open. Street lights blink like sleepy satellites, one by one and gone. I work a little slower than my fear, and it can't keep up for long. I don't need a perfect version, I don't need to prove I'm brave. I just need a gentler direction, a wave. I gather small, bright moments, like shells inside my sleeve. Not trophies, just reminders I can breathe. Soft horizon, keep your distance kind. Let the world be loud behind me. I won't mind if the past tries to rush my steps. I'll soften, not resist. White sound, deep calm, long reverb turning into mist. Some morning start at midnight, some sunrise starts in you. Look ahead.
Lavender light on the ceiling, like a sunset that won't leave. Your shadow moves in slow motion, and my nerves start to believe I've been carrying too much voltage, sparks that couldn't keep contained. Then you touch my wrist like a promise, and the current turns tame. Your words are warm, low frequency. They don't push, they don't prove. They just land in the quiet places I forgot I had room to move. Lavender circuit, run through me soft and clean. No short sparks, no sirens, just a steady kind of sheen. If my thoughts start overloading, pull the brightness down with you. Let our pulses find the same tempo. Let the night stay blue. Lavender, stay connected. Outside, the city keeps flickering, advertising what to feel. Inside, you're patient as a waveform, slow attack, gentle release. I used to brace for every ending, like love had to hurt to be true. But your silence is a soft conductor, and it guides me through. We don't need a perfect language, we don't need a grand design. Just your breath near my collarbone, and this calm becomes mine. Lavender circuit, run through me soft and clean. Let the past stay at the doorway, let it fade into the screen. If my heart keeps chasing static, give it somewhere safe to land. Let our pulses find the same tempo like we planned. Some love is not fireworks, it's the lights that never strain. A quiet little continuity after years of noise and rain. So I loosen every armor piece, let my shoulders learn the truth. I don't have to guard my tenderness with you. Stay good, stay good, stay good. Lavender circuit, keep it gentle, keep it close. If the world turns sharp tomorrow, we'll stay soft under the glow. And if I drift into old habits, pull me back without a fight. Let our pulses find the same tempo all night.
Stand alive. Descend. I found my thoughts go weightless, like a capsule losing flame. All the warnings in my bloodstream kept repeating my name. So I stopped fighting the falling, stopped demanding it to end. I learned to quiet physics, how to bend. The city blurred into a slow glow. My ribs became a steady drum. I counted breath like small coordinates, back to where I'm from. This is my soft gravity protocol. Hands over, shoulders low. Let the panic burn out gently. Let the heat turn into gold. If I'm dropping through old patterns, pull the parachute of calm. My paths under my heartbeat, safe landing in my arms. Soft gravity. Come down, come down. Soft gravity. Oh, I don't need a perfect orbit. I don't need to be above. I need traction in the moment, a small return to enough. Gyroscope in my chest now, keeping true, keeping slow. I let the baseline hold the center as I go. This is my soft gravity protocol. Hands open, shoulders low. Let the noise lose its authority. Let my nervous system know I can fall without collapsing. I can feel and still be whole. Soft kicks, deep waves on reverb, bringing me home. Bringing me home. No sirens in the distance, just a horizon learning light. If I shake in rhythm, not in fear, just in night. Recover, reset. This is my soft gravity protocol. Not escape, just control. Hit the past like a shadow. Let it fade, let it roll. If tomorrow tries to rush me, I'll return to what I know. What I want now and slow breathing, soft landing, staying close. Stabilize. Set.
We're not in the same room tonight, but I can hear you in the air. In the hush between my playlist and the way the curtains flare. Distance used to feel like danger, like a door that wouldn't close. Now it feels like extra space for the sound to grow. I keep your love in the left side, your kindness in the right, and the middle fills with quiet, like a soft expanding light. Distant but stereo, why they didn't have to hold us Sometimes love is simply patience. Wearing time, distant but stereo, wide enough to hold us both. If tomorrow shifts the coordinates, we won't show. We'll keep a calm frequency between us. We'll keep the signal true. Soft chords, deep waves won't revert. Me and you.
Neon spills on the sidewalk, pink and blue on asphalt skin. Stand where our sentences ended, try not to start again. I used to polish my reasons, make them shine like they were true. But tonight I'm done with winning, I'm here for you. I'm sorry for the sharp reply, for the silence like a blade, for turning love into a contest and calling it being afraid. I'm sorry for the nights you carried, what I refused to name. I felt it all, I just hid in shame. This is my neon apology, soft lit, honest, overdue. Not to rewrite what happened, just to give the truth to you. If my heart made you feel lonely, well, you were standing close. I'm sorry, no conditions, no pose. Apology. I mean it. I don't expect forgiveness to arrive on my schedule. I don't expect your tenderness to be endlessly available. I just wanna leave you lighter than the weight I left behind. So I'm placing down my pride in the line. The city keeps flickering its slogans, selling love like it's a game. But love is quieter than neon, it's a steady, patient name. And if I ever learn it fully, it will start with what I do. I will speak with less heat, I will listen through. This is my neon apology, soft lit, honest, overdue. I'm not asking you to return now, I'm asking me to be new. If I broke the trust between us, I won't call it fate, I'll call it mine and I'll repair it later. Some endings teach the most when you don't try to reverse. So I let the night be quiet and I take what I deserve. A lesson, not a punishment, a road back to my own, where I don't weaponize my fear as stone. Apology, lay down like a gentle light. If you never answer, I will still make it right. By loving softer next time, by keeping my hands open, by letting truth be truth. in the glow. Parked under a fading billboard, they still buzzing in my bones. Traffic lights, it's tired headlines. I just want the quiet tones. Vending machine in the corner glows like it knows my name. Numbers, buttons, small decisions I can make. I drop my change like little comets, watch them spin and disappear. Behind the glass, the cans are holding a sunset souvenir. Vending machine, sunset, cold can, warm sky, a little halo in the parking lot, teaching my pulse to quiet. If my mind is a crowded highway, let this be the shoulder lane. Just aluminum lighted in silence, dripping softly through my veins. Vending glow, let it slow. The tab clicks open, tiny thunder feels like stars against my tongue. For a second I'm not running, I'm exactly where I'm from. A body learning gentle exits, a heart untying every night, watching orange turn to violet in the light. Reflections blur on the glass door. My face looks less like a war, more like someone making peace with what they are. Vending machine, sunsets, cold can, warm sky, a little halo in the parking lot, teaching my pulse to quiet. If tomorrow comes in sharp corners, I'll remember what I found. One small glow, one easy breath, and a kinder kind of sound. No sermon, no solution, no perfect line to prove. Just a bass that breathes in velvet and a slow, forgiving groove. I measure life in tiny mercies, not the ones that make a scene. One clean sip, one softer heartbeat, one less scream. You're okay. Vending machine, sunsets, cold can, warm sky. I don't have to hide on the city, I can let it pass me by. First I'll set them back in time, press the button, watch it tumble. Take my time.
keep a diary of slow light. Street lamp gold that doesn't rush. Ink moves softly in the margins, like a tide without a crush. I used to measure nights in damage. Now I count them in small grace. How the room turns kind and quiet when I take my time to face what I feel without a verdict, what I miss without a claim. A gentle line across the paper, and the darkness feels the same, but softer, less demanding, like it learned to hold its shape. Frames of blue and silver rain, neon blush on quiet sidewalks. Nothing loud enough to strain. I press my palm against the glass and feel the cold say you're here. Sometimes that is all the medicine I need to make it clear. I just need a steady underline beneath what I have been, and the baseline under my heartbeat keeps the story warm and clean. Slow light diary, let the minutes fall like dust. Let the past remain a shadow, not a rush. Like moonlight on a sleeve, not a cure, not a conclusion, just relief. I watch my worries lose their edges as the river opens wide, and I learn that I can't hold myself from the inside. Gentle, steady. Gentle, steady.
The sky is rinsed in silver water. Barely blue, barely awake. Window glass is cool and honest, holding shapes I can't mistake. I step into the quiet kitchen, hear the kettle start to sing. Soft steam rising like a blessing. Simple thing. Last night's worries feel more distant, like footprints under thawing snow. Not gone, just less demanding, learning how to let me go. Pearl cold morning, keep me gentle, keep me clear. Let my thoughts arrive in whispers, not in fear. If my heart is still recovering, let it heal in open air. White paths, deep low, slow breathing. I can live in here. Streetlights click their tired endings, one by one then disappear. Stray bird writes a small equation in the quiet of the year. I don't need to outrun my shadow, I don't need a brand new name. I just need a kind of tempo in my veins. I play a chord that feels like daylight, minor turns to something warm, and the bass line under my ribcage stays steady through the storm. Pearl cold morning, keep me gentle, keep me clear. Let the world stay slightly from clear. If the past tries to pull my sleeve, I loosen it with grace. White sound, warm reverb, slow heartbeat, setting me in place. There's a softness in beginnings, when you don't demand a sign. Just a mug between my palms and a slow return of mine. I feel my body reappear, not perfect, just complete, like a calm that's finally learned to keep. Okay, begin. Pearl cold morning, hold me steady, hold me near. Let me start without a verdict, without a tear. If tomorrow turns too heavy, I'll remember what I've seen. Wide paths, deep waves, slow breathing, a quiet living sheen. First like oh pearl.
We don't have to be the same line, we don't have to overlap. I used to think love meant merging, every boundary was a crack. But you taught me something quieter, two paths can still be true, running side by side through midnight, me and you. I watch the city in the windshield, thin lights sliding into stream, and the space between our stories starts to feel feel like room to breathe. Parallel hearts moving in the same direction. No pressure to collide, just a steady connection. If my fear tries to close the distance with a sudden hungry start, I'll choose the calm that keeps us honest. Turning love to crime. Some nights we talk in small looks, in time in the turns. And even when we're quiet, the warmth returns. I used to confuse closeness with never being alone. Now I know devotion can be present and still let you be your own. Parallel hearts moving in the same direction. Let the world stay loud behind us. We don't need its correction. If tomorrow pulls us sideways, we'll adjust without alarm. Not tightening into panic, just staying warm. Love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it's clean alignment, not forcing, not consuming, just two rhythms staying kind. So I lay down every urge to grip, to testify, and I meet you in the simple open night. Sink, don't squeeze. Parallel hearts moving in the same direction. No drama, no collapse, just quiet resurrection. If the past taught me to cling, I'll unlearn that part. White sound, warm, low, and slow. Breathe in, parallel hearts.
I turned my phone face down like a mirror. I didn't wanna answer. Blue light used to be my ocean. Now it feels like broken amber. Every buzz was a tiny command. Every scroll a borrowed breath. So I shut the door on the signal, and I listen to what's left. The room has its own heartbeat, a small appliance hum a clock. I forgot how quiet can be heavy until it starts to lift the shock. Zero contact daydream, no pings, no pull, no noise. Let my mind unlearn the habit of chasing phantom voices. If you're out there in the distance, you can keep your gravity. And I disappear and I'm returning to the parts that still feel. Offline floating, let it fade. baseline under my ribs started sounding less like a storm. I'm learning new ways to be reachable by sunrise, by skin, by air, by window crack for midnight, by a name I don't have to wear. Zero contact daydream, no pings, no pull, no noise. Let my nervous system settled into simpler kinds of joy. If the past tries to message me, I won't pay it with my peace. I'm not losing anyone tonight, I'm just letting myself release. Some nights I confuse attention with love I have to earn, but silence isn't empty, it's a place where I can learn how to hold my own reflection without a filter, without a fight. How to be a steady signal in my own interior light. Stay here. Stay. Zero contact daydream, let the world keep spinning loud. I'll be under softer ceilings, I'll be under calmer clouds. And if tomorrow brings a static, I'll remember what to do. Dim the blue, breathe through the moment, come back clean, come back true. Let it fade. I made a room out of vapor, a small silence I can enter. Breath on the mirror, blurred edges, my thoughts moving slower. Tender outside the city keeps his posture sharp, light, straight lines, clean pretend. Inside the air forgives my voice when it breaks, when it bends. I don't need to be inspiring, I don't need to be okay. I just need a place to whisper what I never get to say. Neon turns to pastel halos, like the night is learning to leave. I say your name the careful way, not to summon, not to chase, just to watch it drift through reverb and lose its weight. I've carried words like hidden glass, afraid they'd cut the day. But here in all this gentle fog, they soften when they sway. Condensation and gone. If my thoughts keep trying to punish, I will answer them with calm. I'll let my feelings be unfinished, let them breathe, not be assessed. Long tales of air, deep steady lows, keeping me blessed. Some healing is enlightening, it's a dimmer turning down, a quieter kind of courage with no audience around. I don't need a clean conclusion, I don't need a final line, just this foggy little room that feels like mine, safe enough. Cloud and rest. Fluorescent hush on an empty street. The door chime rings like a tiny halo. I came here for something you can't bottle, a quieter mind. Breathe. Neon pills are passing traffic, slide across the counter glass. I've been running outdated reasons, making every moment fast. My thoughts keep skipping like a record, with a scratch I can't retract. There's a hum inside the ceiling, steady as a distant sea. And for once the world is gentle, like it doesn't wanna be me. So I lean into the cool air, let it settle in my lungs. I don't need a grand solution, just a night that doesn't buzz. Down, regulate, release. Give me the night pharmacy, a soft remedy in stereo. Turn my panic into paper, let it fall, let me go. If my heart keeps over talking, teach it quiet. Your syllables, I'm not trying to be fearless, I'm just trying to be whole. Night pharmacy, night pharmacy, stay slow with me. A stranger laughs in the parking lot, then fades like a small refrain. Street lights shimmer on wet asphalt, write some map out of the rain. I trace it with my tired fingers on the window of my brain. I've been carrying tomorrow like a bag I shouldn't lift, but the baseline is a blanket now, and the sins feel like a drift. Not drowning, just floating, just learning how to exist. I don't want to disappear, I don't wanna be numb. I want my hands back, my body back, one slow beat at a time. One more breath. Give me the night pharmacy, soft remedy in stereo. Turn my panic into paper, let it fall, let me go. If the city starts to sharpen, blur it into watercolor. I'm not asking for a miracle, I'm asking for a little warmth. Outside the skyline keeps its secrets, black velvet chrome lit edges. Inside I practice being human without bargaining with the ledge. No headlines, no heavy answer, just a pulse to find the rest. Okay, okay, okay. door chime night air. The street is still the street, but my mind is softer.
City sharp corners, wind cutting through my coat. Streetlights feel like distant strangers. Every step a quiet note. Glass buildings hold their breath in silence. Steel blue, clinical clean. And then your message lands like amber on my screen. Not loud, not urgent, just a steady little glow, like someone lighting a small candle where the shadows used to grow. Warm signal, cold city, keep my hands from turning numb. If the night gets too metallic, be the warmth I'm coming from. I don't need the world to soften, I just need one thing to stay. A calm frequency in between. The warm signal, don't I watch my breath cloud the window. Temporary little storms, neon smears into watercolor. Even the harshness starts to warm. I used to mistake coldness for distance, like love would freeze and break. Now I know connection can be quiet and still awake. Your voice in my headphones, low and careful, like a scarf around my chest. And the bass line underneath the street noise turns anxiety to rest. Warm signal, cold city, hold the line when streets are loud. If my thoughts begin to spiral, pull them down, pull them down. No grand rescue, no bright promise, just a patient steady light. A small I'm here that keeps me human through the night. Some warmth is not a firework, it's a lamp you don't notice until you've walked too far in winter and it finds you. So I let the city keep its cold face, let the wind do what it does. I'll carry a signal like a heartbeat, because wrong signal, cold city, I can move through anything. If tomorrow wakes up ruthless, I'll still hear you ring. Not as noise, not as a demon, just a tone that knows my name. In the cold, bright world of corners, you remain.
words, I don't have poetry, just quiet in my throat. No fireworks, no shining speeches, just the weight of being close. The shoreline pulls the water back, leaves the rocks exposed, and I'm afraid you'll see my edges, things I can't compose. But you don't flinch at emptiness, you don't demand a show. You sit with me in low tide hours and let the feeling go where it needs to go. Slow, without pulling it to land. Low tide, high just hold me when there's less to say. If my heart goes dim and tired, don't mistake it for a way. Let the base stay warm beneath us, let the night be wide enough. Love that doesn't need performance. Low tide, high trust. Low tide, high trust. Low tide. I used to treat affection like a ladder, always climbing, never still. Now I'm learning that devotion is a quiet kind of skill. An anchor isn't glamorous, it just refuses to drift. And you've been that in my weather, a steady, patient lip. When the world starts over speaking, you turn the volume down. You don't fix me, you don't rescue, you just keep me on the ground. Low tide, high trust, keep it simple, keep it true. If tomorrow brings a heart swell, I'll still return to you. Not to be safe, not to be home, just to breathe and be enough. Love that holds the silence gently. Low tide, high trust. I'm done confusing intensity with something that will last. I'd rather have a calm that stays than sparks that burn too fast. So if my hands shake a little, you can take them as they are. No tide stays low forever, no sea forgets its stars. Trust, let the night be honest, plain. If my fears come back in waves, we won't turn them into chains. We'll let the ocean do its cycles, we'll let the silence be enough. White town, warm, low, and open sky. Low tide, high trust. The static in my bloodstream, tiny sparks behind my eyes. Not the kind that breaks the silence, more like lazy midnight skies.
I used to fear the buzzing feeling, pull the covers up too tight. Now I let it brush my shoulders like a sleeve of softened light. The room is breathing slow around me, curtains moving like a tide, and the noise becomes a texture when I stop asking it why. Silk static, wrap it gently, let it fade. Turn my anxious little frequencies into waves. If my thoughts keep trying to sharpen, make them blur like candle glow. White pads, deep low and slow heartbeat, teaching me to let go. Silk static, streetlights drip on window glass, gold honey in thin lines. I sip the night in small proportions, counting breath instead of time. I don't need a perfect quiet, I don't need my mind to clear. I just need it to feel safe enough to live in here. I play a chord that tastes like comfort. Minor 7 open hands, and the bassline under my ribs becomes a calm command. Silk static, wrap it gently, let it fade. Let the world stay loud outside me, I'll stay brave. If the past knocks like a thunder, answer soft and close the door. White sound, warm reverb, slow breathing, no need more. Some nights the heart is delicate, a glass of moonlit air, so I hold it like a secret. I'm allowed to care, not fixing, not denying, just giving it a place. And the static learns to settle into grace. Soft, settle. Silk static, keep me gentle, keep me real. Let my nervous system loosen so I can feel. If tomorrow wakes me early, I'll remember what I know. White pads, deep waves, slow heartbeat, teaching me to let go.
I've been running on all instruction. Every worry set to auto start. Little background tasks of panic, looping circles in my heart. I kept my thoughts in high rotation, burning bright then burning thin. So I dimmed the room to midnight, and I let the quiet in. Past notes written in slow hours, tea-steamed windows soften light. Not a miracle, just maintenance for a mind that lost the night. Quiet firmware update, no alarms, no hard start. Let the fear release its data, let it drain out of my heart. yesterday's extremes. Silhouette of warmer baseline, white pads under my dreams. Ooh. Not the lessons, just a noise. I stop rehearsing every ending in 1,000 different voices. There's softness in the system when you finally stop the fight. Like the whole sky downloading silence through the night. Chasing brand new. I just want a steadier version that can hold what's true. Quiet firmware update, run it slow, let it take. Turn my sharpest edges down a little for my nervous system's sake. If tomorrow loads too quickly, I'll throttle back the stream. Soft kicks, deep lows, long reverb, keeping me clean. Some healing happens quietly. No spotlight, no parade. Just a single breath returning to the body it misplaced. I watch my thoughts like distant pixels settle into shade, and I realize calm is something I can keep.